They always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
It doesn't even seem like that long ago that I was making videos talking about how the Red Sox had brought in Adrian Gonzalez, they brought in Crawford, and it looked like they were the prohibited favorite to not only win the World Series in 2011, but for the next few years beyond, led by a rotation with guys like Josh Beckett and John Lackey and John Lester. Fast forward about a year and a half, and wow, things have changed. I mean, this is an incredible trade that just went down. I know Akeem gave you his thoughts. Here's my thoughts. I talked about it last night on the Blitz Hardcore podcast. If you don't know what trade I mean, the Boston Red Sox will send $250 million worth of players over to the Los Angeles Dodgers on a waiver trade. That is Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Crawford, and Nick Punto are headed to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I like this move. I'll break down the move a little bit more in a second. I'm going to give you the players first. And then in return, the Red Sox will get Ruby De La Rosa, Alan Webster, who's supposed to be a top-of-the-line rotation type talent, Jerry Sands, Ivan DeJesus. That is for the Dodgers, or those were for the Dodgers' top prospects. They did not have to give up their top one, who is another pitcher, but they were able to give up 4 really good young players, many of whom had made their Major League debut, and then James Loney, who you would just assume is going to start for the Red Sox the rest of this year, and in the offseason they'll probably go after more of a starting first baseman. When people have asked me about who's won this trade, I actually think it is the Red Sox, to surprise a lot of people, because they get rid of $250 million worth of payroll. They get rid of 2 guys at least that were not helping their club. Crawford in 2 years there just really did not work out. He's out for the season with Tommy John surgery. And what John Heyman has said is that because he'll be back next year, Shane Victorino will be out and will not be in LA next year. Then you have Josh Beckett, who has a 5.23 ERA. I think he can turn it around for the Dodgers, but with the Red Sox, he really had no value. The only value he had was a guy that used to be a really good pitcher for the Red Sox and was not working out there. He had a nice run there after being traded from the Miami Marlins in, I think, 2005, 4, somewhere right in that area. So Josh Beckett certainly had a nice run with the Red Sox, but things just had not worked out. He had been listed as one of those guys that was eating fried chicken in the dugout last year during the playoff run that ended up not leading them to the playoffs. So Josh Beckett is out of town. I think going to a pitcher's ballpark in the NL West should help him, and getting rid of Josh Beckett made sense for the Red Sox. Getting him made sense for the Dodgers. It's going to come at a high price tag, though, but I think this could be similar to when A.J. Burnett got traded to the Pirates. You're getting out of a situation where you had initially been successful, and things just were not working out anymore. And then Adrian Gonzalez is a guy that a lot of Red Sox fans were down on, and I understand why. While he's hitting 300 with 15 home runs this year, that's not good enough for $22, $23 million, however much the exact amount that he's making. And I was disappointed by his overall power production last year, but the fact that he hit 337 kind of made up for it. But really, I've been disappointed in Adrian Gonzalez because I thought moving out of Petco, where he's hitting 35 home runs, and into Fenway, where if you're a left-handed hitter, that is a ballpark that you should feast on, and then you also play in Yankee Stadium a bunch of times. I thought that would be a match made in heaven. Adrian Gonzalez could hit 40 to 45 home runs. He just did not do that. A lot of players on that team and media members there felt like his heart was not in Boston, and he is no longer in Boston because of that. He's heading out to LA, where he will be the long-term first baseman for the Dodgers, who seem to almost have an unlimited payroll. And then they also had Nick Punto, a move that I love. Nick Punto is one of the best utility men in the game. He can play second base, shortstop, third, and I'm not sure if he can play the outfield. I don't remember. But Nick Punto's bounced around He was here in Philly at the beginning of his career, but he really found it in Minnesota. He was in St. Louis last year when they won the World Series. So Nick Puno is a guy that's been around a pennant race before, and utility players like that are the ones that get make the small plays that win you pennants, that win you World Series. I like the addition of Nick Puno. The Red Sox, in return, getting rid of the $250 million worth of payroll that was really not helping them a ton. It's a really good move for them because it frees up so much payroll, and they still have talent on that team. Now, they're going to have to get rid of Bobby Valentine because even if they maybe like Bobby Valentine's style, players are not going to want to go there because of the outside perspective of Bobby Valentine, and they're going to have a tough time to convince anyone to come there while he's still the manager. So Bobby Valentine will likely be gone. But once he is gone, you still have some talent, depending on who they keep. You still have a decent amount of talent, and you're still the Boston Red Sox. So if you have a strong season or a strong first half of the season next year, all of a sudden you have all this money to work with, you have a lot of young talent, and you can make some trades, and in a year we could be talking about the Red Sox being right back in the thick of things. So I think that this is a move that is certainly going to help them. The fact that they're able to get out of the Carl Crawford contract is really the most impressive part here, but the Josh Beckett one too. Adrian Gonzalez is a long-term contract, but at the very least he was going to be extremely productive, just maybe not at the level the Red Sox may have hoped. So this trade goes down. The Red Sox will get Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, and Nick Puno. So I think it's a move that helps both sides. I would tend to think that the Red Sox are the winner. A lot of it will depend on how some of these young players turn out. But at the very least, they got rid of a bunch of huge contracts, $250,000 worth of contracts. And that is going to help them into the future, not having some of those players on that team. They're trying to move on to a new era of Red Sox baseball. And this is, I wouldn't say the first step, but it's certainly going to be the biggest step. The Dodgers look to catch the Giants, and Adrian Gonzalez will be in the lineup tonight, so adding him in is huge. Adding all these guys in should help the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm Tim for TheRealSportsTalk.com. I'll see you guys later.
Just a little bit around the corner from fear. Be there by next year. Where I'm going.